Wait, what? Wait, is Fuli already dead? Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to head into this reaction to find out more about March and Evernight and their connection and whatever they are going to show me. I am very excited. I have been away the whole day yesterday when the trailer dropped and now I'm so happy to be here. So yeah, we are watching the Japanese version and if there is time we will head to the English version as well, but I would say without further ado we are hopping right into this. Let's go. I am so curious. I'm trying not to pause at the first though. Offer up your most precious memories. 97 days! Wait, what? Isn't that the rosy maiden guy? But why did she never talk to us? What? So no one could see her? So she was able to enter Euphorius, but no one could see her? That is crazy. So that is why she never tried to approach us, right? That is insane info. Oh god. Okay, she hates them. I love the shots in this, they are great. Face your past. Wait, is Fuli already dead? She came in as a protection mechanism. The shots are insane in this. Seep into the cracks of time. The music is nice. The remembrance shows who. I shall cleanse it all, but that's the whole universe. Ooh. Time to say goodnight to the world. I love the music, and the shots are insane. I'm actually speechless. There is so much. Like the drop. Okay, she has been here for 97 days, so a little over 3 months, right? She arrived. Wait, so she didn't arrive in 3.0, right? So when Fuli gazed upon us, March was still probably in the pathway, right? Because on the first day after arriving in Euphorius, she guided the Holy Maiden out of her fate. That's what they said, right? So she was here in 3.1. And do you guys remember in 3.1 when Tribius, we experienced Tribius's past memories? So you were telling me when Tribius mentioned that someone was I think guiding her or whatever, this was actually March, because I thought she meant us, that because we inherited the power of time in some kind of way, right? That we were kind of making a connection with past memories as well, and what we experienced and what people experienced in the past. But it seems like March was the ghost that was actually guiding the people. And I kind of said this with Evernight as well in the last patch, where she was guiding the Crisis Heirs undercover as Oronix, right? I said this when the prophecy changed all of a sudden, giving clues to the outside world and the people of the sky. And like Oronix, like giving Serene the tip that she has to like store the core flame of world bearing in the river of time to like get it to us and stuff like that. So Evernight is kind of like doing the same things that March did when she first entered Amphorius, which is kind of crazy. Like, they are revealing like a lot in this, but some things are also confusing. So she was actually like here guiding Trivius. It is really nice that March 7 was here, and like the revelation that she was like a ghost is crazy. Also, like what I thought about when we saw like this little kid and this guy, because I think that's the guy, like both of them. I can't really remember his eye color in the game anymore, but at least this guy is the one that sneaked a peek at our camera and recognized March, right? And said something about like the rosy celestial maiden, rosy maiden, or somehow or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I think it was way back in like 3.0 when like all of this like rosy maiden, celestial maiden stuff came up, and it is also in the description of like the crisis heir that was portrayed until now as the jellyfish. They are talking about this like legend and that it's like a pink-haired girl. So I kind of feel like this kid and him might be the same person, because like children have like this, they are more open to see ghosts, you know what I mean? And I think this might have been the case with like the guy that recognized her in the photographs. They said she was born from the shattered lumen flux, right, in the trailer as well, and then fully shatters. And I think from what I've seen here, I think Fully might be dead already. I think they might have been like already killed by another Aeon or whatever, because previous in story, like I think it was already mentioned that the Aeon War has already started. So what if like Fully already died? Or there might also be a possibility that maybe March 7 will turn into Fully, into like an Aeon, because they said when you were born from the shattered lumen flux, and then like fully shatters. So she was born from the shards of Fully. But they wouldn't show it like this if Fully were still alive, right? So I think Fully already died, and that is like the origin of March, that Fully was destroyed, March was born, and that's why the Garden of Recollection tried to, what if like they broke Fully? In some kind of way, like a faction of like the Remembrance killed Fully, shattered him. March was born. They covered up their lies because they said that as well. When you were buried along with the Remembrance's lies. So they would cover up the lies. March was trapped inside the sixth-faced eyes, and then Evernight was born in that moment as a protection mechanism to save March from maybe also being destroyed by the Garden of Recollection, because she might be the only one knowing what happened to Fully, exactly when this happened. But I'm a little bit confused about the connection to Amphorius. But yeah, this is what I think about this. Like, she was then here, and then it said, like, where is it? When you were watched by the garden's pawns, that is why they were always afraid that March discovers her past, because she knows something that is like very dangerous in some kind of way for the Garden of Recollection, And she was watched, and I really think they tried to hurt her. And then this is when Evernight was born, because they were like trying to get into like the sixth phased eyes, maybe, and try to like kill March off as well. Maybe she was in the sixth phase eyes, not because like the Garden of Recollection put her here, but because it was like the shell that she was born out of, like a fraction of like broken Fully that she was like born in, maybe like some kind of cocoon. And they tried to destroy her. But before they could have done this, Avanad was born, right? Even if you don't remember, she remembers. Like Evernight remembers the past, and she was born as the protection mechanism for March 7. As like I recently mentioned in my post, that like March and Evernight have such a similarity to like blue and red Sailor. They were born for the same reason. Like Valiona was also like here for like the protection. At some point, she awakened inside of Seele and protected her from like being bullied, and she can also take over like the control of Seele and like fight as well. And I think at some point they separated and like Red Seele became like her own thing, but I'm not at this point at the story. But yeah, same goes for like March and Evernight. Like Evernight was born at this moment, shattered away like all of the grappling hands that were trying to like hurt March. And this is like her soul gold because she loves her and she's precious to her and she just wants to like keep her safe. And yeah, but then we have this part where March wakes up, where she like starts her journey without her past. So that means that like Evernight was always inside of her, maybe. And yet the remembrance shows whoever, whatever, right? And then like it connects with Amphorius, right? And this is the part where I'm confused about, because if March really was born from the remembrance, like when it shattered, like where is the connection to Amphorius? Like I'm a little bit confused. Maybe it is obvious and I don't just get it. And then like Evanet is saying, but fear not, I will break like this mantle, like this ice mantle of like not solely Amphorius, but also this symbolizes the whole universe. I know it looks a lot like, you know, like the nihility and stuff like that, but this I think resembles just the whole universe. And she's going to like cleanse the universe from the remembrance, maybe. Let melody of oblivion resound from the eternal land. Yeah, then we have just the ending part, day 97, where they like fuse together. She's like, leave it to me, time to say goodnight to the world. So she's taking over. Yeah, very, very interesting. So many lore drops, so many good shots, and the music, crazy. My dear March Sabbath. Soon, in a world restored to its flawless state. But she doesn't want to restore like just Amphorius, right? She's talking about like the whole universe, to keep the promise that like March will be protected and she will go on a journey, you know. It is crazy. Like the lore will be insane in this patch. That's why I'm taking time to like go through it. I have taken time off work this time because it's an important patch and I really want to take time to go through it. Crazy. Crazy shots, crazy music. But yeah, guys, since this video is already way too long for my reaction, but there was a lot to uncover and a lot to talk about, we will skip the English version. I will watch it on my own, but it's just like March's voice a little bit deeper. I kind of like it. I always liked March's voice, you know, but I like her Evernight version a lot better. But yeah, you can watch it on your own. I will watch it on my own. I hope you enjoyed this reaction and like the little breakthrough, the trailer, or like the Myriad Celestia. And yeah, that's it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and for stopping by, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.